What's good, everybody? Better late than never here. Thank you for tuning in to Peaches and Power Bombs. I'm one half of the team, Sarah Hirsch. On the other side is my girl, Tina Miller.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
It's my fault. We're late.
It's completely okay. Things happen. Sorry we're late, but we're better. But like I said, better late than never. Before we tune in or get started with everything, I wanted to talk about this right quick because there's no way we can avoid that. It's kind of more or less speechless. I'm speechless when it comes to this. Kids should be safe going to school. No ands, ifs, and buts about it. You know, it's just really sad at this day and age. You send your kid to school and you don't know if they get shot or not.
Yeah.
This shouldn't have to happen. And I think at this rate, everybody needs to have a common ground. What can we do to stop this?
Right. Let's come together in a rational, open-minded state, and let's find a solution to this problem.
Yes, because why? And then first off, why are 18-year-olds able to purchase assault rifles? But
why are 18-year-olds allowed on the campus of a elementary school too?
Yeah. And they require you to be 21 to smoke now, and I think at least 25 to rent a car. I mean, come on. We shouldn't even have to talk about this. And so I just wanted to just say a little something and know that we're thinking of the families. Mina, that's okay. Thinking of the families, the children, children that's going to be impacted forever by this. So we are definitely thinking about them, and definitely, hopefully after this, something will be done.
Absolutely.
So, okay. So enough with the heavy. So, gosh, we got so much to talk about.
We do. So much always happens in the bye week that we're not here, and then we're just like, we feel like we have to play catch up.
Yes. And obviously, we're going to talk about the big thing here.
Yeah, the elephant in the room, right?
Yes. So many things. Before we get to it, we have a comment. Shannon, yay! Our regular. Hey, girl, yay. How are you doing? Yes. So, here we go. I'm getting used to running StreamYard, so it was my turn tonight.
I put her on the spot, everybody. So I was too busy hanging out with people like Diamond Dallas Page and just completely lost track of time. So,
yeah. So much speculation going on here.
Yep.
Some people think it's a work. Others
They always say that, and it's never the case.
No, and you kind of think about it, but at the same time, they're burying them on TV. Like, it's just unreal. WWE got ahead of them, put out a statement. Sasha and Naomi have not said anything as of this live session. Nothing has been said on their part.
Yeah.
So all that fans can do is speculate what
And they
is
do
going
it.
on. Yes.
They do it so well, don't they?
Yes. Some people, they just I mean, everybody has their opinion. You know, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, Sasha's being a bitch. She's a diva. She's a crybaby." Okay, I know we all talk about things like we think we know what's going on, but in reality, you're not backstage with them.
We don't have any idea.
No, um, just from what we know, ultimately there was a disagreement is let that they had a agreements throughout the day, and it led to him walking out. My thing is, um they probably this probably wasn't something that just happened. I think this is a multitude of things that have built up over time, because we all know how WWE is when it comes to creative. It don't make sense. They change things all the time. But like I said, I think it's a lot of things that manifested over time, and they just had enough. That's what I think. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
So, you know, what do you think?
Well, that's the thing is we don't know. We weren't there, so we really don't we can't say for sure who is right and who is wrong in this situation because like I said, we weren't there. And there's always another two sides to a story.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's interesting that Sasha and Naomi have not said anything, but WWE has.
Yes.
So, like, I'm not saying for sure, right? Because obviously we can't, but it feels weird.
Yeah.
Like, okay, are they trying to get ahead of something? And if so, that looks really bad if they are.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to push their narrative first before Sasha or Naomi can say anything. That just seems a little fishy to me.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the reasons why you kind of are thinking, is this really a work? They're actually trying some. I don't know. Here's the thing. Both Sasha and Naomi, if you count their time in FCW, have been with the company for 10 plus years. I know Sasha's been with them about 10 years. Naomi might have been with them a little longer.
Yeah.
And Sasha is a top tier talent. And, Naomi has that longevity, being there a long time, been through the ups and downs and arounds. And then she married to Jimmy Uso, which, he's in the hottest storyline in the company right now. So does it put him in a weird position? They just unified the tag titles with him. So
Apparently
I don't
not
think
too
it.
weird.
Yeah, exactly. So you kind of have to wonder. And I listened to good Mike Ward commentaries. A lot of what he says makes sense in terms of the booking and stuff like that. They might have got tired of it. And then, he said to watch the Stone Cold Broken Skull session with her. And it was really good. And she had made the comment that, you know, there comes a point where you're past the I'm grateful, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of like she had the confidence. She knows she's that girl.
Yeah.
And you think of people like CM Punk, who stood up for himself despite the fact that, y'all, how public his battles are with the company.
Yeah.
You know, I've attributed this to my job at the hotel a lot. Learning how to stand up for myself, what, what I can do, what I can't do. You know, I think the saying, there's a saying that X-Pac said on Twitter long ago, and we're going to do the PG version because we are a PG show.
Mm-hmm.
um, Once you stop giving a damn, it's easier to hit a home run. And this could be the case.
Yeah.
So go ahead and we'll get to the comments right quick.
Well, there's a lot of things you think about it because Sasha walked out before, right?
Well, she requested her release and Vince wouldn't let her.
Yeah. But she went home is basically my point. And it was right after her and Bailey lost the tag team titles. I don't think it's a coincidence that she was in the tag team division when this happened. I think to me, it seems like she has a lot of pride in the tag team championship and she gets frustrated because no one else does.
Yes, and on this Stone Cold show, her and Bailey were the ones that did pitch for the women's tag team titles.
Right.
So it's more like her baby.
Right.
And in the first time around, she cited depression as the reason why she needed to take the time off. And that is completely understandable. And that goes to show you, too, it's not always what people think. They were saying she was being a diva backstage, temper tantrums stuff, and that wasn't even the case. So, all right. So I'm going to go to the comments. I got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Shannon, more talent needed to stand up to Vince, especially the women. I say good for Naomi and Sasha. My point exactly. The term or the saying, sometimes you have to be rude to get your point across. That could be said for that too. And again, tribute to my job at the hotel. I mean, I got to that point where it was like, oh, what you gonna do? Fire me? You can't, because you can't find a night on it. It's kind of that balance between, conceited or not. But yeah, I mean, you can't let people run over you.
No.
All right.
Mina agrees.
Brandon Ledford, how are you doing? I think Sasha and Naomi are done with WWE from the things I heard, not agreeing with creative, even getting fed up. I honestly think they are done. Look for them in AEW in the near future. That remains to be seen. They are currently suspended by the company. Come here. Say hi to Mina, everybody.
Hi, Mina.
Yeah, she
our
wanted
own
to give
little
her. Yep, she wanted to give her 2 cents. Yeah, that remains to be seen. WWE could be petty and freeze their contracts for the time they are sitting out. We don't know. Britt Baker already says she wants a match with Sasha, and I am totally down for that.
Let's do it.
Yes. Sign me up. All right, Shannon. They were both taken out of the show intro. Merch pulled for both. Naomi has removed WWE for all her social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, you never know. Never know. Okay. I'm getting through the comments, guys. Hang on. And then my mouse isn't wanting to work right. You are a new viewer, Brandon. Scott Larson, yes, from the hashtag Truth Podcast. Thank you. I'm glad you're here.
Yes.
Welcome to Peaches and Power Bombs, and we're doing good, Shannon. We're doing good too, Julian. My friend Julian's in the house tonight, the original Wild Man. Okay, and he says, "Hey, Mina." Yeah, brat.
She got into trouble before we went live.
She did. I didn't know Tina joined the stream, and Mina knocked something down off my table, and I was yelling at her, and I spanked her.
I was like, woo.
Oh gosh. So, but yeah, people are showing support for Sasha and Naomi, and then some are, disagreeing. Whether you agree or disagree, at the end of the day, they're people too.
Yep.
People get fed up. People go through things. We really don't know the story. We might find out on Talk Jericho in the next 5 months. I don't know.
You never know.
Yeah. So I mean,
I don't think it'll be Colt Cabana's podcast.
No.
But
no.
I don't even know if he has one anymore after that.
I don't know. I definitely think it'd be on Talkers Jericho though if that was the case. It'd be like, yes, spill all the tea. So yeah, WWE trying to get ahead of the situation, but everybody knows how WWE is, and Sasha and Naomi are gonna have their moment. They're just waiting for the right time. Kind of like Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt hasn't said a thing about his WWE departure yet, and he said time will come. The time will come.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, I'm still waiting on that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's crazy because think of all the things that Sasha has done for WWE, the women's revolution. She was one of the main parts of it. And if this is the case that she's fed up with WWE and their crap that they do.
Well, and the point that she had probably the best match on last year's WrestleMania, and her and Bianca won an Epsy for that.
Yes.
And then you just like, okay, over there. I can see if what people are saying is true. If that's the case, I can see her point, and I can understand the fact too that people say that there is a professional and an unprofessional way of dealing with things. But sometimes when you're just fed up, you almost have to make a statement. So like we said, we don't know exactly what happened, but we're just kind of, I can understand both sides is what I'm saying.
Yeah, ultimately, yeah. I get both sides. Like I said, in the day, they're people too. Even Stone Cold years later, he says, I should have handled things differently. So we'll see. And, either way, I wish them the best because they're both amazing talents. I know I can relate to Sasha a lot because Sasha is very passionate. If anything else you can't agree on with Sasha, you got to say she's passionate. Yeah. She is very, very passionate about wrestling. And sometimes passion can overtake things. So that's what ultimately I think it's a case of fed up. But then again, ultimately we don't know. So hopefully we'll know something soon. And we'll see. So, all right. Now, we'll talk about this big news, too. Stephanie McMahon announced on Twitter late last week that she was taking a leave of absence. For her to go on Twitter and announce this, she's taking time to focus on her family. That's what her tweet said. Apparently, Stephanie does not take time off in terms of this leave of absence. Again, we don't know the circumstances. We know Triple H has health problems, but he just returned back to work. So it could be, there shouldn't really be no need to really speculate here. Leave of absence. One of her kids could be having surgery or something, or she just wants to spend time with them. First thing I thought was she probably wants to spend time with her kids. So you never know.
You don't know. It's weird though because I think this is the first time in a long time that Vince is the only McMahon in the company for a long time. So it's just weird.
Yeah.
She's a very hardworking go-getter type. So it's strange almost, but I'm actually happy that she made that decision for her family's sake. I think spending time taking more time to spend with your family is a good thing and a very therapeutic thing. So good for her.
Absolutely. I
And
agree.
we're happy that Triple H is healthy enough to return to his
To back to
backstage
work.
duty. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep. I don't think there was a timetable as to when she will return. So, take the time you need, do what you got to do.
Yep.
Yeah. So, we got another comment. Shane, how you doing? Another regular time.
It's getting real now. Shane is in the house.
Yeah, bear with me here. My mouth's not wanting to work correctly, so I'm trying to get through here. And so those were the two big things. What we'll do is we'll go through the WWE stuff first, and then we'll talk about the main star of the show, Double or Nothing.
I'll try to go through the WWE stuff. I'm gonna be honest, everybody. I really haven't watched anything in about 2 weeks from there. So
yeah, I haven't caught up from last week, so we're just gonna talk about a few things that we know. Yep.
Y'all let us know what happened.
Yeah. Anybody heard this? I saw this earlier today.
That.
We went from the stadium show to an arena show for Money in the Bank. This is due to poor ticket sales. Was this going to be in? I can't remember where it was going to be. Was this supposed to be in Vegas?
Mm-hmm. It's still in Vegas. It's just going to be at a different arena now.
Yeah, it's at a different arena now. It's not going to be at the stadium. I really think WWE got in over their heads on this one.
Yeah.
We're still riding out a pandemic.
Well, and they booked it so close to SummerSlam, too. SummerSlam is July the 30th.
Yeah.
If you have to choose, okay, which one am I going to go to, Money in the Bank or SummerSlam? Most people are going to pick SummerSlam because it's the second biggest show of the year, right?
Yeah.
So, and plus Nashville is probably easier to get to than Vegas is, or at least it would be for me anyway. So.
Yeah, I think they got in over their heads with this one. I don't think
they had spaced it out a little bit more, it wouldn't have been so bad, but
right. That would have been something you could have tried, like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, and I'm like, even I don't know. So, yeah, that's one of those things. Maybe down the road you could try this again. And but now it's not the time, especially because you have WrestleMania in Dallas. Double or Nothing is actually taking place in Vegas. That's AEW's biggest, second biggest show of the year. Yeah. Then you have SummerSlam, then you got Survivor Series. So it's probably one of those things that look good on paper.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with Money in the Bank because Money in the Bank is amazing and awesome. So, yeah, that's definitely the case. It's
one of my favorite shows of the year.
Yeah.
So.
I agree.
It's probably my second favorite show, actually, after the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Besides this past year, I didn't like this past year's as much as before, but
yeah. With Survivor Series, I wish they would go back to the traditional Survivor Series matches instead of just throwing stuff together and just hoping for the best.
Yeah.
My opinion. Okay, so I just put this all in a bundle here because, like I said, I haven't watched since last week. Tina hasn't watched in 2 weeks.
Seth and Cody are going to be in the cage, right?
I think so.
Okay.
I think Bobby Lashley and Omos is too.
Oh gosh, not it. Why? Yeah. Didn't they just have a cage match on Raw like last week or something?
Yeah, and it was Omos threw Bobby Lashley into the cage. He fell out and then just walked away.
Well, yeah, because he got to win.
Yeah, give me just a second here. I will see.
That is insane.
Give me just a second here.
I'm sorry. I'm
reading, guys.
Sarah Visick, our friend from Buckle Bomb Entertainment, is in the house, and she says that Bobby and Omos and Hell in a Cell does not make any sense. No, it doesn't,
No.
because they've already wrestled each other 5 million times. They were in a cage, and
Tim, another one from this damn mouse. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm getting there. Tim Sherry, another friend of the page, Lashley Omos, maybe the worst cage match in WWE history. Yeah, the ending kind of killed it, didn't it? Yeah. Scott Larson from the hashtag Truth Podcast. Thank you for joining us, the hardest working ladies in podcasting. Well, we appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, that's funny. We're over here like, well, we haven't seen this, but
well, consider it's WWE, we get a little bit of that, right?
Yeah. I just, most of the time, I just kind of check out the highlights on YouTube and just leave it at that. I don't really watch it from beginning to end.
I know Mina. Mina's giving us her 2 cents too.
Come
here.
Is it Asuka and Bianca?
Becky Lynch is in the match now. She won against Asuka. That part I knew too.
Okay, I didn't know. I didn't know about that part. I knew Asuka and Bianca, I think, were scheduled to do something. And now, of course, Becky Lynch. Okay.
Yeah, she won her match with Asuka, and now she is in the women's title match at Hell in a Cell. Get down, quit.
Okay. Have they set anybody up for Ronda yet, or not?
I don't think so. I haven't heard anything, but they did.
Yeah, go ahead.
They let's see. I was gonna say that Alexa Bliss had a match with Nikki ASH, and let's see. Yeah, Corey Graves said that Sasha and Naomi's walkout was disappointing to the WWE Universe and also cost Nikki ASH and Doudrop a shot at being in the canceled 6-way #1 contenders match. Yeah. So, yeah. So really, all I know is I know the Usos defeated RK Bro in the title unification match. And Riddle, I think Riddle is definitely going to challenge Roman because Roman did interfere in the match Friday.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, he I think he called our tribal chief a tribal piece of trash, and that's not cool at Peaches and Power Bombs.
No.
Okay, give me just.
So their styles are so different. That would be kind of cool, actually. I think I would enjoy their match.
Jillian's talking about Lashley and Omos. It doesn't make sense. We all know they had a cage match on Raw. No need to have another one. Time to move on. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And Shane, it's time WWE puts The Miz back in a main event status. He deserves another title run.
Yeah.
The Miz works so hard. He's so underrated.
Yeah. I would put the IC or the United States title back on him and make those titles relevant again.
Mm-hmm. Roman's going to kill Riddle. Riddle may give him a run for his money.
I think he's going to give him a run for his money.
But we all know the tribal chief always prevails.
Yep.
So, yeah, didn't sound like there was too much going on Raw. SmackDown nonetheless. And of course, Hell in a Cell is, I think, next Sunday. I think. So that's kind of building up and shaping up as well.
They have so many pay-per-views.
I know. I can't keep up. I really can't. So, let me see here. I'm having to work with my mouse thingy here not my original one, but the one on the laptop. So, yeah, I think there was so much, but yet so little as far as on Raw side. I will talk about this right quick, then we'll move on. Apparently a fan has threatened Alexa Bliss and her husband. She called him out on Twitter over it after he tagged her in a tweet. Don't be that guy. It is not that serious, okay?
Stop being a weirdo.
Yes.
And that's not to our lovely peaches. No. I'm just saying.
Just don't be this guy, you know? I mean, guys, it's not that serious. I mean,
it's just wrestling.
Whether you're looking for clout or what, this is not cool. Don't.
She doesn't want to date you either.
No. I mean, jeez. So I figured this is a good segue before we go into AEW. Tina, did something for Wrestling Inc. She got to interview Joe Black. He's been in the news a lot lately, wrestling news. Give it, check it out on Wrestling Inc. She got his side to the story.
Yep.
That's our shameless plug. And now, let's see. Double or Nothing is this Sunday. We have a stacked card from top to bottom.
Yes.
Everybody is excited about this.
I am.
Yes, after the show last night, I was like, you know what? I kind of strapped for cash a little bit, but I think I'm going to get Double or Nothing and just regret it later. But, you know, yeah, CM Punk, Hangman, that's going to be so good. It's going to be better than everybody thinks it is.
It's going to be awesome.
And that promo for Hangman last night, I was like, CM Punk lit a fire in him, boy. Woo!
Yes. He needed that.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm super excited about that match.
Yeah. You know, I really think Punk is going to win, but Hangman Page might.
I think Punk needs to be champion for a little while. I think it would do the whole brand some good. And that's not to say there's anything wrong with Hangman Page, because there's not. It's just that they need some star quality right now that everybody knows and can invest in. So I think it's needed, but you know, he hasn't been a horrible champion or anything.
No, absolutely not. This will be CM Punk's first World Championship match in almost 10 years. He says, can I still do it? Of course he can. Yeah. Punk has always had this history of bringing out the best in everybody. He even said that in his promo last night. And I was like, man, he put Hangman on a whole nother level. Like, he's inspiring them to step up. Yeah. Like Hangman, I like Hangman. But after last night, I was really behind Hangman last night. I was like, oh my God, I didn't know you had it in you.
Yeah. CM Punk is he's on a whole different level than I have ever seen him. And I've been trying to go back to watch some of maybe his old Ring of Honor stuff lately. And of course, you know, I saw his WWE stuff too, right? And it's all good. But I think he's mature. He's matured now, right? So he's understanding like the business aspect of it almost a little bit better now. And he doesn't have that chip on his shoulder. And he's able to just be free to tell these great stories inside the ring, on the mic, you know, just across the board. I think this is the best CM Punk we have ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, he's just, you know, he's able to go free, you know, and it's amazing to see. Tina, you're going to be shocked. That's why I was doing the earlier. Shade. Tina, I got to give props to Eddie Kingston. I gained new respect for him wearing the Terry Funk t-shirt. Terry Funk is one of my all-time favorites.
Welcome.
We welcome you.
Welcome.
Welcome.
I even got my Eddie Kingston shirt on right now, too. So I don't have to.
Welcome
Sarah
to the army.
We don't have to play the Fight Me clip on you tonight. So that's usually the Shane clip, too, because he'll say something and I'm like, oh, no. Yes, Eddie is a huge Terry Funk fan.
Yeah.
He's a really big fan of that old school Japanese tough strong style. So yeah, he's a huge fan of Terry Funk, and he loves that old Japanese style too. So go to his Twitter account. He will post a ton of matches from back in like the late 80s, early 90s of either Terry Funk or New Japan or whatever. And I've been learning a whole lot about different styles of wrestling from just from following his Twitter. So it's pretty cool.
He posts stuff on Instagram too, but you can't really post links on Instagram, but he will post like the pictures and stuff, and you're like, oh wow. And as you know, Mina's given her 2 cents on Eddie Kingston too. We love Eddie Kingston, don't we? Now she won't say nothing.
Yeah.
Kids.
Shane, we were doing so well, Shane.
I hate to disagree with me. CM Punk can't keep up with Hangman Page. The last couple of matches, he looked winded to me.
Well, I didn't say he was on the same level as far as his wrestling. I don't think he has to do all that stuff right now because he's working smarter, not harder. So he's able to tell a good story in the ring and use every little thing that he's doing is for a reason. So he doesn't have to go 90 miles an hour anymore because he is 44.
43, 44, somewhere around there.
Yeah, he's 10 years older than me. So I think I'm 34. So he's 44. He'll be 45. Yeah, I'll be 35 in September and he'll be 45 in October, I think. So.
Okay.
Something like that.
Now the other match I'm looking forward to obviously is MJF and Wardlow. Wardlow is gonna beat his ass. Oh my gosh, he gonna whoop him, boy.
Yes, it's gonna be great, and I don't think it's gonna hurt MJF to lose either.
No, because MJF deserves this butt kicking. He really does, and
he has that great ability to bring that heat back on him like in 2 seconds. So
yeah, and I think it goes without saying, Wardlow, this is making Wardlow to be a huge star, and that's amazing to see.
Yeah,
you can tell that Wardlow is just taking it all in. He's soaking up the moments, and that's good to see because Wardlow's worked really hard. This has been like a whole. It's kind of like you're patiently waiting for him to, break out and all this stuff. So I think that's going to be good Sunday too. Give me a moment here. No, I don't want to do that.
Too bad.
All right. We're going to get a dream match Sunday too. I feel like in a way this is kind of rushed, but whatever. Young Bucks and the Hardys.
Yeah, it's already happened on a smaller scale. I think they did wrestle in ring. Yeah, I think they ring. Yeah, because I think the night before they debuted at WrestleMania was they dropped the Ring of Honor tag team titles to the Young Bucks, I believe.
Gotcha. Were they like in a fatal 4-way or something though? I don't know. I can't remember. Either way, we're gonna see these two teams go face each other. So I expect nothing but great things out of that match.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, I think the Bucks will go over. But you never know.
To me, it
Um,
looks like Jeff. To me, it seems like everything that Jeff has done to himself in the past 20-25 years is catching up with him.
mm-hmm.
And I just hope he'll be all right. But yeah, I just hope he doesn't feel like he always has to
Sometimes less
do.
is more.
Yeah, yeah, and I know that's hard because everybody's expecting Jeff to do crazy stuff, but it's to the point. I think it's okay to just be Jeff Hart. Like, you can calm down, Jeff. It's okay. You've already proven yourself. You don't have to jump off the top rafters. You don't have to climb up to the Empire State Building and jump off of it anymore. So
Yeah, let's not. Okay, okay. Of course, we got tag team title match. Lucha Express. Versus Team Taz versus Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland.
right,
I I think we could possibly see Jurassic Express implode. There's been little
yeah,
talk of that. You know, I think if they don't implode, I'll be shocked. But
yeah,
I definitely think we're going to see new tag champions. Keith Lee and Swerve are on a roll.
mm-hmm,
I like them as a team. They're even better solo competitors.
right.
Got a comment here. Shane, I wish the Hardys Bucks match was a TLC match. Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Who could show out more, right?
Yeah,
Uh, jeez. Yeah, I think Keith Lee and Swerve are going to win the titles. You think so too, Mina? Yeah. House of Black versus Death Triangle. Um, I, they've been doing stuff back and forth. And of course, I know the match that me and Tina are looking forward to, Eddie Kingston, Santana Ortiz, and the Blackpool Combat Club against the Jericho Appreciation Society. Eddie and them are going to tear them up.
let's hope so.
Mm-hmm. Because unlike Jericho, Eddie's a wizard too.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
his face magically heals. He's got healing powers.
Because he's a wizard.
Yeah, yeah.
This is going to be a fun match. It's like a arena. What do they call it? Hold on.
I don't know what was wrong with Jericho last week, but that was a horrible segment, and he was, I don't know, he was off, and he went way too long. And I know Moxley was just kind of doing his thing, but when Eddie grabbed the microphone, and it's my boy, so I'm always going to point out how great he is. But he knew that the timing was off, and he was like, okay, we got to wrap up this segment because it's gone way too long. And he was like, no, let's just fight. So,
yeah.
so because it was Jericho's fault that the main event only got 7 minutes.
Terrible.
So,
man, can I talk about the pants Jericho wore on Dynamite last night?
Oh gosh.
One wrong move and all of his business would have been out there. I'm like, Chris, you in your 50s now. We can't be doing stuff like this.
Didn't he be doing stuff like that in his 20s either, but
he's older now. You think he'd know better, right?
Right.
I was just sitting there looking like, Chris, why are you wearing them pants? I was like, how they stayed on them is beyond me, but one wrong move, that would have been it, boy.
Where's Wheeler Yuta?
I don't know. Bryan Danielson injury may affect the match. Oh, when he got his leg caught between the ramp and the ring. I don't know.
He's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wheeler Yuta, he might be. I haven't seen him either, or maybe I haven't been paying attention.
They told him to hide in the back, I guess.
Ooh. All right. Yeah, I think Eddie and them are going to win this match.
They better.
Thunder Rosa, Serena Deeb, AEW Women's World Championship. I think Thunder Rosa retains. This is going to be a bomb match, regardless. There's also a TBS Championship match, Jade Cargill against Anna Jay. So I'm excited to see that. Jade just gets better and better to me. You can tell her hard work's paying off. Yep. And of course, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, takes on either Ruby Soho or Chris Statlander. We'll know this tomorrow night on Rampage. I really think Ruby Soho will win the match with Chris Statlander.
Yeah.
I would really love to see Ruby win this. I wanted Toni Storm to win, but she got beat last night.
Yeah, I thought it was weird that her and Britt faced off and not in the finals. I was expecting that to be the finals match, and I was like, sometimes I wonder if AEW really knows what they're doing sometimes, because they'll just throw stuff and you're just like, that's just too soon for this, right?
Well, unlike WWE, they do make it worth your while.
Yes, I'm not saying it was a bad match or anything. I'm just saying it probably should have been the one that was on the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Because there was more of a story with them too than there is with Chris or Ruby. There is a little story with Ruby, but not as much and not as fresh as the one with Toni. So
Right.
I'm a story girl. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Well, and here's the thing too. When it comes to Ruby Soho, Ruby needs a big win. Big win. And I think this is the perfect opportunity.
Britt Baker does not need this.
No, absolutely.
She's already the biggest women's star that they have.
Yeah. I would like to see Ruby Soho get this. This would be a big win for her. Britt, like you said, Britt doesn't need it. And I would kind of feel some type of way with her and Adam Cole being first Owen Hart Cup winners. I would, but I wouldn't. But of course, it's going to be Adam Cole and Samoa Joe in the finals on the men's side. I think Adam Cole's going to win, even though I want Samoa Joe to win. My boy Kyle O'Reilly got beat last night. I'm disappointed. I wanted him to win. But
we can't have
it's
it
going to be
all.
good. I know. Can't have it all.
They can't all win.
No. Yeah, so I think Adam Cole's going to win. I would like to see Ruby Soho win the Owen Cup on the women's side. I've enjoyed this tournament.
I have too.
And I'm glad he's finally getting recognized in pro wrestling again. So, and just to kind of see how his influence has impacted today's wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a big thing, and it's good to see, especially when FTR did their little tributes with the Hart Foundation on their trunks and stuff.
I'm still bummed that Dax Harwood did not win.
Oh, I know. Gosh, you could tell it meant a lot to them.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of FTR, Jeff Cobb and the guy he's with in New Japan, they showed up last night in FTR. Yeah, that was. See, I had Owen Hart tournament finals, and we were just sitting there talking. I forgot to change it. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
Oh, jeez. So,
do you see maybe at the end of Hangman and CM Punk with if say that CM Punk wins, right, and he's basking. I'm gonna steal the line from Keith Lee here, basking in his glory, and he's enjoying his win. You see maybe like a certain somebody like an Okada or something interrupting his celebration to kind of set up for Forbidden Door.
Oh. Yes. Yes. Oh my god. Yes. I would die.
I don't know who I want him to
die.
wrestle more, either him or Bryan Danielson. But you know, Bryan Danielson is in the Blackpool Club right now, so he's kind of busy.
But it's coming.
Yeah.
It's inevitable.
He's got to wrestle one of those two.
Yes.
One of those two.
Man. Tina, I really need a sugar daddy so I can go to all these shows. I really do.
I know. That one unfortunately is sold out. It sold out in like 90 seconds. So
yeah, they probably got them for God knows how much on StubHub.
Mm-hmm. I don't even want to look at it. I'm not going
all
to
right.
Chicago anyway.
Shane, I see Hangman winning and then getting attacked by MJF.
Interesting. That would be a totally different take, and I wouldn't be opposed to that either.
Right. And, if he lost to Wardlow, okay, whatever. He can't, Wardlow gets released from his contract or whatever. All right, move on. It's been done before.
Yeah. And he really hasn't had anything with Hangman, has he?
Mm-mm.
So it would be different.
Ooh, that would be good. This is what's so good about AEW. There's so many scenarios that you could just take.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. They might hold off on some and then be like, you know what, we're gonna save that for down the road.
Yeah.
Oh geez.
I mean, I have a completely biased opinion on what I want to happen, but I would not be too upset with this.
Oh no. I think overall this is going to be a bomb show. And of course, we got the buy-in with Hook and Danhausen against Tony Nese and Mark Sterling. Tina doesn't care for it, but I kind of like Hookhausen.
I'm not saying it's not
the odd couple.
I'm not saying it isn't entertaining because it's hilarious. I just they threw it away. They threw it away.
Oh gosh.
Oh well.
I think Double or Nothing's going to be a good show.
It's just wrestling, right? Quit taking it so seriously.
Tina is still real to you. It's real to me too. I know. Oh gosh. So yeah, shoot. I'm excited for Double or Nothing. That's more than I can say for Hell in a Cell right now. Yeah. Of course, Double or Nothing is AEW's second biggest show of the year. Yeah. I should have went when it was in Jacksonville, but with the pandemic and all, it just wasn't. It didn't work out the way I wanted to. I probably worked that weekend too last year, so who knows?
Are you gonna go to Dynamite in July?
I want to. I really want to. I already know. Alex will probably hear this, but we're probably not going to SummerSlam. I need a sugar daddy. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, we're probably not going to be able to make SummerSlam. But I think he'd be all right with Dynamite.
If you don't want to go real far, you do have a choice. You can either go to that Dynamite, or their SmackDown is going to be at the State Farm Arena.
Yeah. See, that was our original plan. We were thinking about going to SmackDown that Friday, and then going to Nashville and see SummerSlam, make a weekend out of it. But
things happen.
Yeah. So I definitely want to go to Dynamite, and I'll just take the next day off. So my boss kind of frowned on me last time. I didn't get home till 5:00, and I was like, yeah, I'm not making it in. They're like, well, why'd you go home so late? Because there was an accident on 285. I can't help that.
Yeah.
All right. Shane, where can you see Miro coming out at Double or Nothing? Ooh, yeah. What match would he interfere in? Ooh, out of sight, out of mind. I totally forgot about him.
Is Sammy and Scorpio Sky having a match at Double or Nothing?
It doesn't say on here. I was looking on here, and I don't think
because Miro lost the TNT Championship to Sammy Guevara, wasn't it, or was it Darby? I can't remember which one it was. It's been so long ago.
No,
it was Sammy, right?
Yeah, Scorpio Sky and Sammy. Yeah, I'm looking at this thing here, and yeah, it's not on here yet. So, this was updated today, the card, and I don't see that yet. So
they still have that little thing where Scorpio Sky's getting a new belt or something on Rampage, right?
Okay.
So they might set something up for then.
Okay. Yeah, because he's due back anytime. Yeah. I'm ready to see him. I miss him. So
that would be easy for him to come out and attack, cost Sammy the title. So.
Yeah. Or, if he doesn't show up Double Nothing, he can always come on Wednesday. We'll see. Okay, so I think that's enough for AEW. We'll plug a couple of things. MomoCon is this weekend if you are in the Atlanta area. My brother, our good friend of the page, Eric Nelson, they're holding Stranglehold Championship Wrestling on Friday and Saturday night. So if you are in Atlanta and want something fun to do, you can head over to MomoCon and check them out. There's also a match advertised there. Both nights, Team USA versus Team Russia, and that's going to be led by Sergeant Slaughter and Nikita Koloff. And Sergeant Slaughter and former WWE superstar turned Mayor Kane will be doing autograph signings. So if anybody wants to check that out, it's at the World Congress Center in Atlanta. I'm sure there's tickets online. I just wanted to plug that right quick. Doing my good deed of the day. Good sweet sister deal of the day.
He only gets one, right?
Every once in a while. Ma'am. She's trying to knock stuff down again.
There goes Nina.
Yes. And Tuesday night, we will return. We will review Double or Nothing, and we will have great friend of the page, Tom Clark from Tom Clark's Main Event. We will be doing a Double or Nothing review with him next Tuesday, 7 o'clock. Be there or be square.
Yep.
We are excited to work with Tom again. Tom pitched this idea to us. He wanted to do the review with us. So we're like, okay, sure.
Yep. Fun stuff.
Yes, and hopefully in the next week or so, we will have a couple announcements. We're rounding up some guests. We got one for June already. That's one of the announcements, but we're kind of for now because every time we say something happens. So
yep.
we do have a special guest for June, and we will be working on getting a guest for July. And in the meantime, we will be trying to figure things in and go from there. So
yep, it happens every time when we say something.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say this publicly since I can, because it's not going to happen anymore. 2 weeks ago, I was supposed to interview Kurt Angle for a piece for Wrestling Inc. And ended up he had to cancel because he had to have knee replacement surgery. So unfortunately, it didn't work out, but we are going to try to reschedule that at some point. But yeah, I was pretty bummed, but all well wishes to Kurt Angle and hope he recovers well from his surgery. So
Absolutely. So, but yeah, keep a lookout. Once everything is confirmed, we will let y'all know. And as always, like, subscribe, and share. Tell everybody how awesome we are, recommendations, whatnot. We did have a couple of new people in here tonight. Thank you for hanging out with
Yes,
us.
thank you.
I know for me, I look forward to it now because I know we're starting to get regulars in here, and it's it's just so fun to see, nice to see that, and yeah. So anything else that you got to say before we head out?
I'm just very thankful at this point for everybody for being so uplifting and encouraging during this really difficult, confusing time of mine when I didn't know what was going on with me. And,
Mm-hmm.
while we were trying to figure all of my health stuff out, and, you know, and everybody knows that both of us actually have our mental health issues too. So
Mm-hmm.
when there's something wrong physically, your mental health also tries to
Mm-hmm.
come down as well. So you all being there for us has been, very encouraging and uplifting.
Oh, Shane, my thoughts and prayers are with the people of Texas, and God bless you, Sarah and Tina. Thank you,
Thank
Shane.
you.
You too. Yes. Yeah, continue to pray and speak out because this is almost 10 years to Sandy Hook,
Mm-hmm.
and this shouldn't happen. It really
No.
shouldn't. It don't matter what party you are, pro life, pro guns, whatever.
Yep.
I think everybody can agree. This is nonsense. People should not be allowed to be within school grounds and causing this kind of mess.
No.
That's just common sense. So, but yes, like, subscribe, share. Thank you for tuning in. As always, we appreciate each and every one of you. Tina, since I started, I'll let you finish.
All right, everybody. Like we said, just keep sharing with your friends. We have some new people, and we're very thankful for that. And check us out on Instagram and Twitter as well. And I've been doing a few things on Wrestling Inc. So go over to Wrestling Inc. and check out my articles and enjoy Double or Nothing this weekend, everybody. And
Yes.
we will catch y'all hopefully on Tuesday night with Tom
Tuesday
Clark.
night.
So we'll see y'all then. Bye.
Bye. Y'all have a good night.